What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 2, season 3 of the Daily Peel, a webcast sponsored by a parent company, Angel Home Care Services, an agency providing caregiving services to the Miami-Dade and Monroe communities right here in South Florida. I cannot believe it's already been 3 seasons. All right. And I average about 10 to 12 episodes a season, not unlike Netflix, right? But yeah, time has flown. So how are you doing? Anyways, I got a pretty cool story today. It didn't start as a cool story, as my caption on my title will probably suggest, but it was a cool story nonetheless. So this happened like about a year ago, and then I get a call. So I'm in the office, and I get a call. Somebody just says, "Hey, somebody wants to talk to you." So I get on the phone. They didn't even know the name. Just say, "Let me talk to the manager," right? And so I get on the phone, and then this lady just starts wailing. She's just like really, really upset, and she was, she was cursing, and she was like, swearing, and and but just out of sheer frustration. Like it wasn't necessarily directed to me. At least that's how I took it. And she was like really, really upset at the fact that no one had gotten back to her regarding the care of her mom. She felt like she was alone, and all very valid concerns, right? And she went on like that for probably close to 5 to 7 minutes nonstop, right? I didn't say anything. I just let her go ahead and vent. Not that she was giving me any gaps in between words for me to get in there and kind of like, well, how can I help or anything like that. I just had to let her go. And so then when she was done, and she actually put in a 3 to 5, I said, well, I'm Claudio. What's your name? She gave me her name. Goes, and what's your mom's name? And she gave me her mom's name. And I, we have quite a bit of patience, so I'm just went ahead and looked her up. And it so happens that her mom wasn't a patient of ours. She called the wrong company because we started with Angel actually, and she thought we were a different type of another company. And there's a few angels around, and I guess she was, I don't know how she got us mixed up with the phone. I think she hadn't, in the past, she didn't she just thought she was calling her company. And at that point, I didn't even know if they were already caring for her, if they had talked to her and they never got back to her or anything like that. And well, the moment I told her that, she was like completely like apologetic, and she was like feeling like super bad, and she was she was kind of but why didn't you stop me? Why didn't you? She was like, oh, why didn't you stop? Why didn't you just let me go? Why didn't you let me tell you all those things? Why didn't you, and I told her that I thought that sometimes it's kind of therapeutic to kind of vent all that anger and all that frustration and all that. And then sometimes it's been my experience that, when someone comes at you like that, you're better off just getting out of the way and let them, express how they feel. Because it's usually not about being right or wrong at that point, right? It's just about going with the flow and see if you can come around and make up. If you did screw up, make up for it. And if you didn't, just find out a solution, right? So it so happens that we started talking, and after that, after all passed, and after a while, we were kind of like chuckling and almost laughing at the whole situation. And then we actually got to talk about her mom and all of that. And she didn't become a client, but we did keep in touch, and she was able to solve her problem eventually. We did, we were able to help her out in a couple of things, not directly but indirectly. But kind of like what I learned from that, and she just remember it, when you are in a rage or you're frustrated, you're not thinking straight, you're not looking at details, you're not paying attention. She just misdialed. That's why I never send emails when I'm upset. Never send an email when you're upset. You can take that. You can't take that back. Anyway, so one of the things that I got from that is, family caregivers. The burnout is real. The pressure is real. Stress, burnout, lack of self-care, overwhelm. These are all the enemies of the family caregiver. This is what will weigh you down. These are the things that make your life, misery. You fight that with education, with self-care, team building, with a positive mindset, and this will help you to create the right kind of experiences in the process, and really cherish the memory of your parents or your mom or your loved one, whoever it is you're taking care of, their last moments, months, years, weeks, whatever you have, whatever it is to you or with you. And family caregiving doesn't have to be about the dreaded 36-hour day. Yes, many times it feels like you're having 36-hour days, but you also have the choice to decide how are you going to react to what's going on. And there's a lot of misery and toil and negativity that goes associated with family caregiving, especially when you don't have the right team, right? They have the right support, when you don't have the right help. When you feel alone, it's just not good. It's not a good feeling. And then the whole process of caregiving for someone you love, instead of being a special moment, it should be about quality time, and moments, and it should be about learning. It should be about reflecting. It should be about giving. It should be about being present. It should be about enjoying those last moments that they're never coming back. And the best way I can put it is, you don't have to go it alone. And so many people try to go it alone. This lady that called me, she was alone. She felt like she didn't have any help, and she was not wrong. She was. Last thing you want to do is invalidate anybody's feelings, no matter how crazy they may seem to you. I've had enough of these conversations to know, when to say what I need to say at the right time. But even if I'm caught off guard, it's always good to listen, and but I'm talking now from the perspective of someone who does what I do, rather than the message I want to try to bring, here today, is that if you're a family caregiver and you're going through, you're having good days and bad days, and it's gonna kind of seesaw like this, right? But you should kind of also find sort of like a baseline that's trending up towards. It'll never go hockey stick, right? But it should be trending up towards a feeling of, this is what I'm supposed to do. It won't last forever. So while I'm here, let me make the best of it and enjoy it. It's usually that relationship of a daughter to a mother, or a father or a son to a mother to a father, or even a loved one, or even a spouse, right? It's really up to you, and it's it's tough, but I think it's one of those experiences where when it's all said and done, you want to look back and you want to say, you know, I did this right. I did the best that I could. You know, I felt like I was constructive. I felt like I was, you know, that I brought meaning to a moment that many times is pretty much inevitable, you know. And so that's just kind of like what I wanted to talk about today. It's going to be kind of a short, you know, it's kind of be, you know, kind of a short, webcast, but you know, I mean, so you're right, Sonny. You know, caregiving can be draining. It can build resentment. You know, and you're right. Thank you for saying like meditation. If you're a family caregiver and meditation when you're not a caregiver, you're a caregiver and you have the weight of the world on you. You know, that's an incredible piece of advice. Is meditation. It's something that everybody should try. But if you're a caregiver, it's possibly a must. You know, it's probably a must. You know, all the good habits that come with having a balanced life, all the good habits that make you manage your energy and your time and your mindset, it's going to be a huge plus. You know, it's something that you should probably kind of practice on a daily basis. You know, I meditate almost every day for anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. And the times that I don't, I feel like weirded out. Like it's not like the same, right? So I always try to start my morning with that. So I can only imagine if my morning started with having to care for somebody, you know, like from the get-go. Like that's the first thing I would have to do is, you know, change and clean somebody that I'm caring for, and then fix breakfast, and then do this, and then take care of myself, and then do all that. You need to start that day like in the proverbial right side of the bed, or things are not going to go very well for you. So any piece of advice that you can grab, any practice, any daily habits that you can practice that have to do with getting you in the right place here first, so that then this can work better. Oh yeah, you should be doing it. So I don't just look at the notes really quick to see if there's any other pieces of wisdom laying around. You know, yeah, we're gonna have to bring Sunny in one of these days so that she can give, you know, so we can actually use the 15 minutes so she can take us through a, you know, a meditation class or a process, or you know, because I think that caregivers would definitely, you know, caregivers would definitely benefit from what Sunny can do. And I've been in a couple of meetings where she always starts the meeting with the meditation session, and it's just like the best thing to do, you know. So anyway, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you watching. I hope that you know, the story, you know, if you're a caregiver, that this story inspired you a little bit, just to, you know, just the main message is you don't have to go it alone, and you know, ask for help, you know, from friends, from family. The help will come from the weirdest places, but you have to ask for it. And again, you don't have to do it alone. You know, it's not all on you, and you're not alone anyway. So anyway, so thank you so much. I will see you next Wednesday. I have a couple of great guests lined up, and I think you're gonna enjoy them. So anyways, I'll talk to you soon. Take care, be safe, and bye-bye.